In Colorado, you may have to purchase a surety bond in order to get licensed or to pull permits to do jobs or to do specific jobs across many cities in the state. And that's why in this short video, I'm going to help you understand what a contractor surety bond is, why it's required, how pricing is determined, the simple process to purchase your bond, and how to make sure your bond stays active. Real fast before we get too deep into the video, if you get value from this video, if by say just the halfway mark you understand this bonding requirement, do me a favor and hit that like button. Let me know that it's actually providing value to you. Let's get started and ask the first question. What is a contractor surety bond? A contractor surety bond is a legal contract that acts as a financially backed guarantee that you will follow state and local contractor licensing laws and regulations and follow through with the promises you make to your customers. Many of the cities and maybe even the counties across Colorado require a contractor surety bond, and I'm going to detail these for you in just a second. The reason why is this surety bond, or any surety bond you have to get in the contracting space, is the primary tool that licensing agencies and project owners are going to use to hold you accountable to the promises that you're making. It's unfortunate, but every single year there's going to be a small handful of contractors that will purposefully and financially harm their customers so that they can make more money. Examples of these fraudulent actions can include things such as failing to start a project after taking a deposit, abandoning a project, swapping out materials for cheaper alternatives without the customer knowing, refusing to pay a subcontractor for completed work. If a customer or a subcontractor in that particular case is harmed by a licensed contractor with these actions or similar actions, they can make a claim against the surety bond for financial compensation. However, this claim or all the total amount of claims can only go up to the bond amount. What are the Colorado contractor bond amounts? In Colorado, there is no state level license bond requirement. It's all done on a city or county level. These cities are either going to require a license bond or it could be a permit bond depending upon the job. This list is by no means exhaustive, but here is a list of the cities that we tend to help contractors in the most. Denver, Aurora, Inglewood, Boulder, Colorado Springs. I'm not going to bore you by going over every single license, either registration or requirement or permit type. I'll go over a lot of the big ones so we can make this quick. If you want the full list, click on the link in the description and go to our individual page where you can see everything listed out. Denver. General, sewer, paving, and excavation contractors have a $50,000 bond amount. Structural and alley paving contractors have a $25,000 bond amount. Special and cement sidewalk contractors have a $10,000 bond amount. The Aurora contractor bond is a $20,000 bond. The Boulder contractor right-of-way bond is a $5,000 bond. And the Inglewood concrete contractor is a $5,000 bond. Colorado Springs. Concrete and excavation contractors have a $5,000 bond amount. It's likely you may bump into other surety bond requirements that we haven't mentioned, either at the city level or maybe a county level as well. We can still help you get this bond. When you go, you'll actually discover this bond when you go pull the permits for your particular job, and they're going to tell you a bond amount. So you can request a quote from us. Just make sure when you do, you say the actual city where the project is located and then the bond amount that they tell you, and we'll be able to make sure that we get you the right bond form so that it gets accepted and we can get this done. And so that it can save you a lot of money. And speaking of money, let's talk about how much will your bond cost. So remember, the bond amount is the maximum amount of financial protection afforded to customers or subcontractors in that particular case. The price is going to be a small fraction of the bond amount. We are Surety Bonds Direct. We're a specialized surety agency and we have access to the highest A-rated sureties. A surety is just an insurance company that chooses to underwrite contractor surety bonds. And every surety is different in how they assess an applicant to determine the price that they're actually going to charge. It's kind of crazy because they can come back drastically different. We are going to find you the lowest possible price. The Denver general and paving contractor bonds are credit driven. This means the primary credit is going to be an issue, or the primary credit of the owners is going to be a primary factor, and I'll cover that in a second. The Denver sidewalk, water service, and special contractor bonds start at $100 for 1 year. The Denver sewer contractor bond starts at $500, one payment for 1 year. The Aurora $20,000 contractor bond starts at $230, one payment for 1 year. The Inglewood concrete contractor bond starts at $100, one payment for 1 year. Click on the link in the description. You'll see all these options. And if I mentioned, or if you have a bond requirement for a city I did not mention, you can also request that as well so you can get pricing for it. Denver general and paving contractor bonds. Remember, both of these bonds have a $50,000 bond amount. So that means the primary credit of the owner or owners is going to be a driving factor in that price. Remember, it's our job to price shop for you and find you the lowest possible price. Let's look at some examples so you can see just how different rates from a 1 to 2 to 3% rate changes this bond price. The rates I'm going to say are from really good to about average. 0.5% is $250. A 1% rate is $500. a 2% rate would be $1,000, and a 3% rate would be $1,500. As you can see, getting a lower rate can save you $500, maybe even $1,000. Find your exact price, click on the link in the description, request a quote. We are not going to hassle you. You can at least get that information so you can make the right decision, whatever your timeline is, or based on whatever your timeline is. Keeping your contractor bond active. In Colorado, you actually have the option. For most of these bonds, you can choose either a 1, 2, or 3 year bond term. It's up to you. If you choose a 2 or 3, you actually get a little bit of a discount, so it's a good idea to save a little bit of money. As your bond expiration date approaches, you're going to have to renew your bond for the next term. This is another great reason to work with Surety Bonds Direct because we manage the process for you. When you purchase your bond, you'll get assigned your own bond specialist, and about 30 to 40 days in advance of your bond expiring, they're going to email you and give you a call to let you know, your bond's about to expire. But they're also going to have renewal pricing ready to go and help you if we need to change the bond amounts or get additional bonds for whatever you might be doing in your business. That's the bonding process. So to recap, at its simplest form, a contractor surety bond, whether it's a licensed bond or permit bond, is just a financially backed guarantee to hold you accountable to the promises and contracts you're making with your customers and or subcontractors. And in most cases, when you're told to get one, you have to get a surety bond. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to help you save money and get it done as quickly as possible. Just click on the link in the description if you're ready to go get your pricing, or at least discover your pricing now. You don't have to purchase or do anything really. You can find out the info you need. If you have any questions, ask in the comments too. I'll personally answer you and make sure you get the right resources so that you can get whatever it is you need to get done today. So I guess at this point, if you've watched this far, you hopefully know what the contractor surety bond is that you need. If that's the case, let me know that I actually did help you by hitting that like button. It would actually do me a big favor, but plus you'll be helping the video get in front of other contractors who need to know this information. Thank you so much for watching. I appreciate it. Good luck with your business.